Well, I think it really is the size of the game that has been sort of extraordinary to me, to everybody who's worked on it. This is much larger than any game BioWare has ever made. It's certainly larger than any MMO in terms of content. So we talk about the fact that it's a fully voiced MMO. That means we have hundreds of thousands of lines of dialogue, tens of thousands of characters. It's a ridiculous amount of content to design, to write, to create, and then to implement. And so it really is, it's been eye-opening to me as to how difficult it is to get all of that content, not just in, but then polished to the level that people expect from a AAA BioWare RPG. I really think it is the BioWare storytelling. In the MMO space, you've played a lot of games, and none of them have truly embraced story, or at least they haven't embraced story the way that a BioWare RPG embraces it, where you're making decisions, personal decisions that affect your character, that affect your progression as you go throughout the game, and that's what we're bringing in. So you have a fully voiced over experience, you're going to be actually engaged in the missions, the quests that you're on, and you're going to be making decisions that affect how your character is perceived in the world, where you go on the dark side or light side of the Force. The people who played the original Knights of the Old Republic know how different that can make the game, and this is what we've done now for all 8 of our player classes. So you can go dark or light with any of our 8 playable classes. We certainly are endeavoring to make it more accessible. We think that having this personal storyline is something that's really, really compelling to even players who don't get pulled into the higher level game mechanics, the more intense group and PvP mechanics. But that said, we don't want to break what's working just fine. So we are going to support, and in fact, we're doing a whole lot of work on our end game. So we have really great, we call them operations, but that's sort of our raid mechanic. Really great PvP war zones. So people who are veterans of MMOs are going to find a lot that they really love about MMOs in our game. But I think that personal storyline makes it so the more casual player can progress at their own pace and still feel like they are making progress, still feel like they're having fun, not like they're not getting out leveled by everybody, because it actually doesn't matter that much to your story where you are in level.
What do you think you're doing, blasting my droids? I'm a senior administrator of Zerka Corporation.
So within your personal story, you're the one who is making the decisions. You're the master of your own storyline, and in that way, it'll work very much like a Mass Effect or a Dragon Age, one of the other BioWare games that you're used to. So you'll be making some short-term decisions that have immediate impact, light side, dark side type stuff. You'll be making longer-term decisions that will affect the way that your story plays out, affect the way that companion characters interact with you, and you'll actually, you'll see big changes within your storyline, so that when you play as a bounty hunter and I play as a bounty hunter, even if we both try to play it kind of the same, we're going to have very different stories. However, on top of that, there's a whole lot of group content, and the group content is the stuff that's very much the struggle between the Republic and the Sith Empire. And in those cases, in those events, in those storylines, you're going to be making shared decisions with your party members as to how that particular story plays out.
Bring me the brain before delivering it to Lord Renning, and I'll make it worth your while.
We are targeting holiday 2011 for release, and the platform is PC.